Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Monster Hunter World on PC. So I have experimented a little bit with the settings, and what I've done is I have I've set every single box as high as it can go, as far as effects, post-processing effects can go. Let's take a quick look right there. The only thing I haven't enabled is motion blur, depth of field, and the vignette effects, which I don't personally prefer. And I've set my resolution at 1920 by 1440. Unfortunately, as soon as we hit 2560 by 1440, then the performance issues that I have been experiencing really rear their ugly heads. So let's sit comfortably at 1920 by 1440, and take on a couple more of the 8-star missions, and hopefully we'll get a better experience than we were getting before. I did go as low as 720p, which made the image significantly blurrier. I mean, it basically it looked like something you'd see on PlayStation, PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. But here now, our performance is still affected, but not crippling. So got a little bit of hop here and there. We could probably go a little lower. So why don't we do that here? Why don't we just hit a slightly lower resolution? Let's see if we can bring that performance down to be just a bit more stable. See, we can go the Xbox One S style of resolution. So it it's blurrier, no doubt about it. 1920 by 1080 is still a pretty crisp image. But if we go 900p, let's take a look at that and see what happens. And as I've said, I actually I simulcast on Twitch and YouTube with YouTube resolutions at 1440p, and Twitch resolutions at 1080p. Those are the maximum that we can offer. Although Twitch can support up to a full 4K, but real-time broadcast at that resolution is more than my my internet provider can provide. So while I'd love to broadcast at those full resolutions, unfortunately I am limited in bandwidth. It's also the reason why I really can't monitor the chat too much, as I basically dedicate all of my pipe to the game itself. Yeah, like I said, we still get some hesitation. I don't know if we we didn't really significantly gain any additional performance. But let's hit one of our troublesome areas, right? It really seems like the engine, although it can scale up pretty well, it seems like it was really designed for 1080p. It seems like that's where the engine's performance kind of peaks, and while you'll get more resolution as you increase, or you'll get some finer detail as you increase the resolution. It's not really that significant, just a little crisper here and there. Oh, Beetlejuice, fuck you. Don't bother me. We're gonna deal with you later. But let's hit an area where there's more significant, particle effects. So we get still a little bit of a hop. And unfortunately we can't quite make our 60 frame target. But it is better. I think once the battles get really hard and heavy, then we'll still get some significant drops, but nowhere near what we were doing before. And the game still looks okay, It's not terrible. But this is where you can see 900p is really, it's really not an acceptable resolution for anyway that it owns a 4K set. I mean, it's a pretty significant downgrade. It's one that you can see, with your own eyes. Here, let's go back. I didn't mean to hit no. Oh well, not like I made any progress. See, we get a nice clean frame rate here at the title screen. Of course, there's no AI or motion, not much going on. But we can get significantly crazier. And let's do this at 720p. And now you can see that kind of the lettering has introduced a lot more aliasing. There's a lot more stair steps here and there. And then let's see if we are gaining anything in performance at all. Yeah, and the image is significantly softer as well. You know, the clarity is basically gone, and we have you know, we don't have a very crisp edges. Um, you know, it's a softer look, right? I think there are people that prefer the soft look, and they sort of strive towards that. A lot of developers like these soft lines, not hard lines, which is why you get a lot of these post-process effects, which kind of give it that that overall softening, making it look, you know, quote unquote more film-like. Personally, I don't like this look at all. I think it's the wrong I think it's the wrong direction a you know, an art director should be trying to follow. You know, it really doesn't take advantage of the medium. You know, the medium can be you know, crisp. Yeah, it can achieve high frame rates, and if you're just trying to make you know, something look like some medium that that has a, you know, a fairly significant number of limits, I don't think that's really the right focus. Again, you know, we have a lot of alpha effects here. As in, our text is heavily heavily affected. You know, the clarity on the text is not really all that great. You can still make things out though, so it's not a complete loss. As you see here, we're not really gaining a lot in our performance. You know, I don't really feel that you know, any minor frame rate gains that happen here and there are really worth the drop in you know, the significant drop in the visual quality. You know, there was a period of time where 720p monitors were fairly common. You know, because the 1080p monitors were priced well, they weren't really priced fairly. Yeah, let's really be honest. But now that we're hitting monitors with 4K and you know, 120, 144, you know, megahertz refresh rates, then you know, I think the age of the 720p image and this soft film look, I hope that starts to go away. As I said, I don't feel that these are good images. So let's head back. So we know we don't want to go as low as 720p, and I would even say that 900p is not not acceptable either. I think there's a pretty significant drop in resolution there. So let's try to hit our 1080p. But then let's try to scale back, you know, some of these post-processing effects, like the volumetric fog. You know, all that that mist that's calculated. I mean, if let's go mid here. And then let's well, actually, let's just do the volumetric fog. See how much that helps in our rendering pipeline. So we've increased our resolution, but we've turned down what is one of the most taxing elements in a post-process effect. Now we have much clearer text. We don't have that same stair stepping that that we're used to seeing. And bear in mind, we still saw all that stair stepping even with the most advanced anti-aliasing post-processing effect that's available to this engine. So see, we get some nice crisp text. And because we're at a higher resolution, then the effects like the shine and the sheen on our characters also look much more lively. You know, much cleaner and clearer. Our HDR, at least on my end, the HDR is much more pronounced now at this point in time. And again, are we experiencing that much of a performance drop? I don't really think so. I think we're kind of leveled out on our performance in the hub area. Yeah, we will get to you later. And here we've we've reduced our volumetric fog, but we're still getting a fairly significant fog effect. It's really, I mean, it's really so subtle that I think whatever calculations were going on that were affecting the overall pipeline doesn't really seem to be worth it. You know. Because then again, we don't get the smoother effect of having the fog all around us. You know, we get sort of patchy fog, I suppose. But I wouldn't really say that the image is compromised too greatly. And as you can see, the performance is pretty significant. I mean, we went from something which was, you know, kind of lurching here and there at the same resolution, something which is, you know, while not locked at 60 frames, I don't think we'll ever achieve that. At least not while simulcasting a broadcast. I think this is a much more acceptable, you know, resolution and image quality. I think we're still okay. Still represents the game fairly well. And this is basically where the consoles hover. So if you own an Xbox One X or a PlayStation 4 Pro, then your image quality is just a little bit less than this, but not by anything really significant. I think you can make the case for the high def texture pack and how much that affects individual walls and, you know, the ground textures and that sort of thing. Certainly can be a case made for there, and that's actually why I prefer playing on the PC, because there are a fair number of rough textures which you wouldn't notice during normal combat gameplay, but if you're walking around and looking at things and sort of taking in the scenery, then you do see some fairly significant textures, which not really what you would expect from a next-gen engine. Again, you know, I mean, is that volumetric fog, that extra effect of that smoothness around there, is that really worth it? I don't know. I really don't feel it is. So there you go. That's why I've actually been leading with this game, just to sort of show, you know, in real time with real effects, you know, what resolutions really affect you. You know, the kind of sacrifice you have to make for what I feel are fairly minor post-processing effects, which I don't really think are worth the pipeline cost. Let's have a little quick chat here.
Not bad.
You're incredible, Hunter. You advanced our study of Kushala Daora and made sure everyone in this area will be safe. How do you do it? Where do you get your strength? It's beyond me, I'll tell you that. Anyway, fine work when dealing with that Kushala Daora.
Thank you.
And of course, thank you for keeping everyone safe. Oh yeah, shucks, it's the point of the game. Oh, that's right. I wanted to go there. I want to go into go into my room to send off the tail digger scan. Yeah, and I'll say that when I don't capture software or when I don't capture these sessions, you know, I'm not occupying as much VRAM, it's not having to be held. So I actually regularly get 60 frames, even at you know, a full 4K.
Hey,
But it's
partner.
also sort of interesting to see what would occupy so many cycles, even if you were, you know, strong arming your system with more CPU and a significantly faster graphics card. The Teostra. I don't like fighting any of these guys. They suck.
So which one of us is gonna bag the Teostra? You or me?
No, you can
I
have it. I
like
don't
a
care.
good competition.
No, oh no, no. I
Now
insist you do
this
it.
is what I was born to do.
The huntsman is really into this. Just watching him is getting me pumped too.
Oh, no, now I gotta compete with another dude. Oh wait, my character's female. Yeah, I don't give a shit then. Before we get too serious, let me throw another log on the fire here. Okay. Where are ya, you wily bastard? Sure he's gonna make a card at least once. I mean, I'm thankful they give you 3 tries, but oh boy. Hot, 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 hot! Favorite soap? Lava. I really love how creative these monsters are. You know, they got recognizable features and parts, but strung all together. You know, it's pretty fearsome. I mean, that's what my dates tell me I look like. Well, not quite as handsome.
Go! Fight until the last fire inside you goes out!
Run, please, thank you. Such a bastard. Where's the jimmies? AVL dragons don't have a lot of they don't have a lot of hit points, but they hit really, really hard. So I actually don't deliver as many hits as I do on a regular monster. Count them up. But
Looks like you've been hit with blast blood. You better do something before you get blown to smithereens.
I'm trying to kill you though. Let's pick someone's mood. That happens. Tell you from experience. Okay. Kind of significantly defeated me. Which usually get me dizzy. Let's go this way so we can pick up some cool shrooms. Sorry, chill shrooms. Wiki wiki. All right, boy.
Spectacular! I won't soon see another hunt like that.
What can I gather? What can I gather? Nah, we didn't get the tail this time. Oh well.
Fine work.
So you're back. Good. See, your Elder Dragon investigation went smoothly. You're doing some fine work for us out in the field. Better than anyone we've ever put out there. For now, get some rest, okay? You can handle the remaining Elder Dragons later.
By the way,
There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. I've discussed it with the scholars and a number of times now. But we still can't determine why the Elder Dragons are riled up even though we've gotten rid of Nergigante. The only thing we all seem to agree on is that something extremely out of the ordinary must be unfolding. Which means that there must be something causing it, even if we haven't been able to identify what it is just yet. So, what's the reason? Why are the Elder Dragons regrouping in the Elder Recess instead of staying dispersed? Is there something there?
I wonder.
And if so, perhaps that could be what my friend has been searching for all this time.
Good work.
Impressive. I bow to your skill. Besting Teostra is no ordinary hunter's feat. Today you stand among the truest and finest in our field, and I consider it an honor to know you. We hunters must treasure our equals and rivals. The spirit of competition is what drives us to shine brighter.
I'm thankful.
The dents in my armor remind me of the past, but a shining star like you shall guide me to the future. Yeah, well, whatever. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Monster Hunter World on PC. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.